I'm so small and tiny. He's so big and tall. Might make him dunk this coochie like I dunked ball. Yeah.
Welcome to Soft Launch, everybody. Back with another amazing episode. I am JC Mendoza.
I am Samantha Santos.
And we're here fresh off our debut appearance at the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yes.
We're going to clap it up for us and the 9 a.m. Banger for having us on their amazing float. We've had ourselves a week.
We have had ourselves a week. I feel like I've lived 3 lifetimes since yesterday.
I know. I feel like I've done such a champion's job of acting like I haven't been hungover all day.
All day.
And it's just what it is. We had a great weekend. We had a fun week. We've done plenty of stuff, and we're going to talk to you guys about all of it in our first segment. One thing about we. And where do you want to start, baby?
We'll start off with we went to the carnival this week.
We did. We went to the Astoria Carnival that takes place right down the block.
Just right down
just
block.
Right in the neighborhood.
Just a neighborhood carnival. It's not a big deal.
No big deal. I just took Samantha out the hood. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah. We don't talk about enough that you did take me out of the hood.
Samantha was living in squalor before she met me.
People were getting murdered.
Yeah, people were getting murdered. She was living in squalor, and I was just living in a roach-infested shithole. And it's just the truth. It's just what it is. I was living here, but I had no idea what I had on my hands.
Yeah. The kid told me it was a 3-bedroom, and I was like, perfect.
Yeah.
Put your name on that. He's like, oh, God, I had like a roach issue. I'm like, we'll take care of that.
Yeah, and we did. The apartment's looking great. The neighborhood is, what a revelation the neighborhood is.
The neighborhood is amazing. I just also want to be clear, we don't have roaches.
No, but we did. I did.
You did.
You did. Yeah,
Bitch, don't put that on me.
Yeah, I had everything in the book, honestly.
Yeah,
and it's just a product of how I was living my life. This was not a very clean place.
Yeah, but we've grown and we've changed.
Yeah, we have changed, and we can't go back.
Yeah.
But,
and by we mean him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to change him perfect.
Yeah, whatever you say. But if you ever gain the gall to leave me and you think that this apartment is going to stay in the condition it's in, you got nothing coming.
No.
If you're not a part of this equation, I will revert. So that's just a little incentive for you to stay.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, don't leave.
Okay, but what if I die?
Well, you're not allowed to do that.
Oh, okay.
Who gave you clearance for that type of action? You don't see me walking around doing anything dangerous and dying, anything like that.
Don't be stupid.
I'm not being stupid. I'm being real.
You're gonna be a better guy.
Yeah. In theory.
Who's gonna take care of my daughter?
Your daughter will be taken care of. Your daughter will be taken care of, and she's the only person who will be taken care of. Because I will
out of
not
the two
be.
of us.
It's just what it is. But yeah, we went to the carnival right down the block in Astoria Park, and it was awesome. Samantha, one thing about Samantha,
I love a carnival.
Kid loves a carnival.
I should be there with these headphones on.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. She should be there with headphones on because there's a very certain demographic of people who
also
go
love
out
the carnival.
and we won't say it out loud, but just think of any type of people you know that have to have headphones on, or else they get overstimulated.
Yeah.
And that's how Samantha is at the carnival.
Literally, I was like on a ride, like on a line for a ride. I'm like, I can't. Like I was fucking, like my body was shaking, and I just look up and there's a kid in headphones, and he's going, yes.
Yeah. He's rocking out. Make no mistake, he was 23 years old.
Yeah.
And it's just fine. It's beautiful. He was having a great time.
He was 38.
He was 38. And I thought he looked
and
great.
I'm 37.
Yeah,
okay, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, there are no accidents here. Everything is a coincidence.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. And you love a carnival. Where does your love for carnivals stem from?
Just growing up, I felt like those were the moments that I couldn't believe. Like we'd be at a carnival and I'd be like, I can't believe we're doing this.
Do you have a first carnival memory?
Well, yeah, I think the reason why is Mary Help of Christians Church on 11th Street Avenue A.
Shout out to Mary
Help of Christians.
Yeah.
No longer there, it's all condos. They knocked down my fucking church. And they used to have like a huge parking lot right in front of their school, and they used to do a carnival, and we never went.
Why
we would pass it in the car, and I'd always be like, oh my God, I want to go there. Look how crowded it is. We just never went.
One thing about me and your mother, seeing things be crowded is enough to not go or participate. I don't care how important the memory would be for my child.
Yeah. I get that, but the Astoria Carnival is huge, though.
Yeah.
Like Mary Helps Christians, I get it. It was a parking lot the size of this apartment.
Oh, really? It was small?
It was it was
no
tiny.
space here in Manhattan.
It's like a whole block.
Yeah.
But it's not long enough.
Yeah,
and there was like a Ferris wheel and stuff, and I remember just being like, this is incredible. Like I couldn't believe, for me, like Six Flags was our vacation. My dad would take vacation from work, we go to Six Flags.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And that was like, the thing I would like look forward to every year.
Yeah, Six Flags.
So like when I would pass and be like, there's a Ferris wheel in my neighborhood, like this, you brought the happiest day of my life. You brought it a couple blocks away.
Yeah.
So I just loved it, and I feel the same way. I can't believe the carnival's so close.
Yeah, you were a kid. You're like, like, oh my God, they bought Six Flags. And then your mother's like, no, baby. Those are just red flags. We are not going there. That's a dangerous place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. She's like, where that school's where all the Puerto Ricans go.
You already got too many Puerto Ricans in this house. Yeah. If I'm honest, you don't wear your Italian flag enough. It's just what I think about you. But no, it's. I love the car. I think a carnival's just a fun thing.
So much fun.
Just a fun time. I can't remember where the one in Valley Stream used to be, but there used to be a time.
Oh, isn't it the best?
Yeah, it was just fun.
Oh my God, my favorite part of the carnival was watching all the teenagers.
Oh yeah.
Just, know that they're, the person they have a crush on is right over there, and they're just wearing ridiculous outfits, and they're all just trying to be really, really cool. Oh yeah. And I can relate. I remember feeling like that.
Let me tell you something about being an adult at a carnival. If you get there early, great. There's no lines. Yeah. You can really focus on making sure the kids have a good time. Yeah. You can get whatever experience you want to get. Once the teenagers start rolling in,
that's when the fun starts.
You should be rolling out. You need to go, because no longer is this a carnival for kids to have fun. Now this is just a land for horny teenagers to not approach each other because they're a little bit too scared, and they're not going to talk to each other until they have some drinks that they're too young to drink.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw like 3 kids throw up when I was at this carnival.
And for me, I'm thinking, but I also
think they're getting off rides? I think they're getting off the ride of alcohol. I don't know.
I saw a very cute Asian kid. He looked like a nerd. Yeah. And he stumbled and started throwing up. He had no friends with him. You know
who else looked like a nerd? Squints Palidorus, when he was throwing up after having tobacco in the Sandlot.
That's true.
But he had drugs first, and that's why he threw up, not because of the ride.
You're probably right.
Yeah, well, the kid threw up. He was doing drugs, and that's what the kids at the carnival.
Yeah, they would just chew tobacco.
They were doing drugs, and I knew they were
just doing zins.
They were just doing zins. They're just a bunch of Max Manikoffs in there. It's just who they were. I knew the carnival was a beacon for youth, adolescent pieces of garbage, because we went out and there was just a couple of 19-year-olds in a BMW that's definitely their oldest brothers that's out of town with the windows tinted out, not even approaching the carnival. They're like, nah, bro, we just gonna kick it out here and play Pop Smoke until the ladies come to us. I'm like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of it.
No.
For me, that's when the teens come. That's when the fun starts. Yeah. Because I didn't have a carnival. I didn't get to go to carnival. Yeah. So I just imagine what it's like to be a teenager. I'm just sitting there and I'm just pretending this is the set of a show I love.
Yeah, and the show
I'm watching Laguna Beach.
Yeah, you think you're watching Laguna Beach. The catch is you're watching Euphoria. The kids are on drugs and they're trying to fuck each other. It's a nasty place to be.
Oh, I don't look at it that way. I'm like, look at her. She's nervous.
Well, that's because
he's gonna ask her to prom.
And that's what you think because you're innocent. And I've been a teacher before, so I know that they're just dressing in these scanty outfits because they're trying to finger fuck each other. They're trying to go in the zipper and pull the zipper down. Yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
I get it.
Yeah, and I know you get it because
I used to do it.
We've been down. I know that you know that because I've been to Coney Island with you before. I've rode the Rwanda Reel with you. I know.
I'm just trying to live out my high school fantasies.
Yeah, it's just a little. You are one of those people with headphones for real.
Yeah. Just reliving what I watched as a kid.
Your special interest is just being horny at a carnival. It's just what it is.
I did grow up on Fear. You ever seen the movie Fear?
No.
With Mark Wahlberg, he's young, and Reese Witherspoon, and she's young. Okay. And he's like a bad kid, and he comes to her neighborhood. She's like a good girl, and her best friend's Alyssa Milano.
Oh my God.
And then they go to a carnival. He's like this bad kid, and then they're on a roller coaster, and he starts fingering her.
That's all that's happening.
And she's enjoying it, and that was my moment of oh my God. And I was way too young. I was like a feeling. I was like, oh, something's. I like that.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, and then
he just beats her. Yeah. And then her dad kills him. Okay. And that's just how the movie goes. You understand? And I shouldn't have been watching that movie at all. I was under 10 years old. Yeah. And we just had pay-per-view for freaks. My dad had an illegal box, and it's just what it was. My parents used to put that in front of me. That was my iPad.
That's what you watched.
Pay-per-view was my iPad.
How old do you think you were at that time?
I had to be maybe 10.
You were 10 years old.
11 years old, 12.
Fast forward about 25 years, your hands down my pants on the Ferris wheel at Coney Island. And it's just
now you're just getting beat. I'm just beating the shit out of you.
And it's just because you do a little bit too much of this. It's just what it is. But anytime I step foot on a carnival ground with Samantha, I just... You can suck my fucking... And it's just what you want to do. It's just what you want to do. Me and Samantha got in an argument because she wouldn't.
Babe, enough.
We're just being funny.
Yeah, we're being funny.
You didn't let you. They would have never thought that this was the truth if you didn't say what you just said right now. I was gonna say it's what it is. Me and Samantha had an argument because I wouldn't pull it out in the photo booth. It's just the truth. That's just a thing about this relationship that exists. It is funny, and I do regret not listening to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't. I'm kidding. You sick woman. You haven't changed at all. You're so disgusting.
It's just who I am.
No, it's just who you are. It's how you're raised.
Inside, I'm just a 15-year-old horny girl that just wants to get fucked at a carnival.
Yeah, your shorts are too short. That's just what they are.
It's just what it is.
It's just what it is. You had a pair of pants on when you left the house. You took them off, and you got a different pair of pants on.
Yeah, and it's just I always wanted to do that. Hide a bag behind like a garbage pail, pick it up, run, put my fucking skirt on.
It's just what it is. Your mother's always been right.
Yeah,
she knew who you are. She knew
who I was.
Yeah, she knew what movie you watched when you were 10.
Yeah.
She knew what Mark Wahlberg did to this family. No, it's just the truth. It's just fun. You're a carnival girl.
I'm a carnival girl.
You're a carnival girl turned to a carnival woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I love it.
Yeah. It is nice.
It's a beautiful thing. I had so much fun. We brought my nieces there. We rode the Ferris wheel with them.
Yeah.
It was just really great.
You were big on trying to create a core memory for them.
Oh, yeah. I kept taking it there. And I go to JC, I'm like, you think they're going to remember this? They're going to remember this, right? They're going to remember this?
Yeah, and yours. I don't remember anything before I'm like 13 years old.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, that's just called trauma.
Yeah, that's just called my parents got divorced and they sent me to a divorce therapist in Franklin Square and I played board games with Tara and I just remember Battleship, but I don't remember any of the problems we actually worked through. It's just the truth. And unfortunately,
just money down the drain for your parents. It's just what it was.
Unless it was like mind erasure therapy.
They were ahead of their time putting you guys...
Making us go talk to somebody about it?
Yeah. Look at them.
Yeah.
Just two Latino kids. You don't think that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You know your dad was against it.
Yeah. And my mom was too. That's why neither one of them have gone themselves. I think my mom is actually gone.
Yeah.
But my dad could never.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dad.
Doesn't have a problem. He's not the problem.
He's not the you know, this fucking world is the problem.
He's like, I'm glad she's finally going to fucking therapy.
Yeah. Okay. So you're telling me the terrorists can crash into the Twin Towers while I'm working, but I have the problem. Yeah, Pop. That's what it is.
It's just
what it is. Shout out to my dad. He got me a Cuba jersey. I'll wear it next week because he was very adamant about me putting it on.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Shout out to your dad. I'm obviously joking.
Yeah, of course.
You're tongue.
I'm a little serious.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm joking, but I haven't told a lie this entire episode. So if you think that anything's being embellished, everything that I've said has happened as I said.
Okay. And I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? I was just making sure that
you wanted your nieces to remember this.
I do want them to remember it, and I think that they will because it was a beautiful day.
It was a lot of fun.
It was the first time they ever rode rides.
Yeah. Was it the first time they ever rode rides like that? Oh, that's exciting.
It is a core memory, I think.
I mean, it's hopefully.
I remember going to the Poconos and going to a little carnival there.
Yeah. You know what's gonna happen?
I had the best time.
Oh yeah, at the was that your first carnival?
That was my first. I think it had to be. I was like 3 or 4. Michael had to ride all the rides with me. He was pissed because he's 4 years older than me. It's a big difference.
It's a different, because Lala and me got them switching rides is like, they're like a year and change apart.
Yeah. Michael looked like me the way I was on those rides.
Yeah.
Because I had to ride. I rode every. I didn't have to. I wanted to. I rode every ride with my nieces.
Don't make it seem had to.
Yeah,
you were volunteering.
Can you believe they made me go? I'm like, I forced them here. Actually,
your brother was actually like, I'd like to use these tickets for once, Samantha. I'd like to spend some time with my daughters if that's okay with you.
Yeah, and I was like, wrong. These are my plans.
You're in my fucking neighborhood now.
You know as I know.
Yeah.
So I rode every ride with my nieces, and I just, I didn't fit in the rides.
No, of course not.
And they were very boring. But that's how Michael looked.
Yeah.
But it was so cute.
They definitely had a blast. It was really fun to see them be so excited.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was their first time on rides. That's going to be fun. I do think that when they get older, their memory of that is going to change because you know how memories change as you get older. They're going to be like, man, remember when Titi Lori took us to that carnival? And you're going to be pissed.
It's never going to happen because I'm going to bring up the carnival every time I see them.
Yeah.
I'm making sure that this sticks.
Yeah.
Because I want them to be excited for next year.
Yeah.
Like I want to start leading up to it. Come May. Guess what's coming? The carnival!
Yeah, you're just trying to create them. Can we go to Titi Samantha's house?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all you want to do.
Just want them to sleep over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to have a little slumber party.
Yeah, it's just the truth.
It's just the truth of who I am.
Yeah.
And I just want to be a part of only their good memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we brought them to the thing. My favorite part also was the fact that my dad and my mom came also.
Yes.
They also were having a great time. They paid for everything for my nieces and everything. They were just, it was fun. And just my dad showed up in a shirt that is supposed to, looks like it's the Godfather cover.
Yeah.
Like they're pulling the strings or whatever. Yeah. And it just said the grandfather.
The kid had a full backpack backpack on. He thought he was me in 2010.
Yeah, he looked so cute. I have not stopped thinking about it.
I thought that, honestly, I thought his backpack, and I don't think it did, but I thought his backpack would be the one that has like the thing that lets you drink water from right the back. That's the kind of backpack it was.
And if he knew that existed, he'd have it. And it would be filled with a Black Manhattan.
And that would have been $1 million idea.
That would have been $1 million idea.
That's the first thing I said to him when I saw him. Like, this place needs a fucking bar.
Yeah. My dad immediately, when he got there, he's like, we're going to eat here? We're going to go to a restaurant. My dad just needs to know where his meals are going to be and what time they're going to be. Yeah. He's got to be fed.
He had a full backpack, no snacks. What was in the backpack?
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but I've never, that was the first, I don't think I've ever seen my dad with a backpack on. It is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I need him to be in a backpack every time I see him.
You did like that. You quite enjoyed that.
I brought it up, I think, every day.
You brought it up every day. You also made me divert attention away from Mika and Lala, your nieces, on a ride to look at your dad just in the distance.
Yeah, he just
with his phone in the backpack.
He just looks so cute. He just looked really cute.
Yeah,
it was just a good time.
And your mom is funny because she's the kind of person who, like, when she's taking pictures or videos, she's also smiling, like she's only watching through. So she's like doing on her face what she wants the girls to do on their face, and it was very funny to watch that.
Yeah. We were all just really excited. It's just, you go to a carnival and all you're going to see is about, I don't know, maybe 200 parents with their phones in the thing taking pictures of their kids, because these are the moments.
Yeah, these are the moments.
These are the times we all wish for. You know that song?
I don't think so.
Well, you're not Black, and that's just what it is. You understand? I actually don't know who sang that song, but I'm pretty sure he's Black.
well, the comments will let us know.
It is. I know who it is. It's Drew Hill. So they're all Black.
Damn it.
Yeah. You don't know Drew Hill, Those are the tough moments in my life.
If
you don't know Drew Hill, you're not Black.
Well, I think
just Joe Biden and everything. If you don't know,
I think I did know, but they erased it from my brain when I went to divorce therapy.
Yeah, this is your parents' fault.
It's just divorce therapy.
Something else to add to the plate.
And then that's what they were doing.
That's when it starts.
That got caught up in the memories that they extracted from my brain. It was not therapy. It was memory extraction.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
But
it was a fun carnival. I feel like your nieces had a great time. I know you had a great time.
I mean, I couldn't have had a better time.
No, well, even I think you wanted to go on some of the big girl rides.
I did want to go on some of the big girl rides, but it's fine. And we also, to be fair, we picked the best day to go. It was the only day it didn't rain.
Yep.
That had happened.
And we were very relatively early.
We went early. We really the longest we waited was 5 minutes for a ride. It really wasn't bad.
My favorite thing at the carnival is watching parents trying to convince their kids who are starting to get preferences for what they want to do.
Yeah.
Try to politely redirect them when the line for what they're saying they want to do is way too long.
And we did that to our nieces as well.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah. We're like, but the teacups.
We want to ride the helicopters. I think you mean teacups.
Yeah, I think you mean teacups, guys. There's only 3 people on this line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they get on the teacups and you realize why they don't spin around.
They don't spin around. It was terrible. Only one fucking teacup.
Yeah. And then also early memory. You want them to remember the positive things, and what they're going to remember is being gaslit.
Yeah.
You want to ride the teacups, I think.
Yeah. They're just
princesses drink out of teacups. You don't want the teacups. That's crazy.
Yeah. We were gaslighting them the whole time.
And it had to be done.
You love tea.
You love tea.
You love tea.
You love cups. You love cups.
Yeah, you have to do that to kids because they don't know.
They don't know no better.
And then they like a ride and they just only want to ride that ride.
Yeah,
You'll experience this on all of them.
Yeah.
But what an experience. What was your favorite part?
Riding the Ferris wheel with Mika and Lala.
Yeah, it was so cute.
Yeah, you're like I've known your nieces I feel like 3 years.
Yeah.
I've watched them grow.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy to see like Mika's so tall, she's so big, she's like we're having full conversations. I can ask her what her favorite stuff is and she'll have a reason why. That's awesome. And then Lala is a chatterbox when she gets going, which is like such a joy to see because she wasn't like that for a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I didn't know what kind of kid she was gonna grow to be, and it's fun to watch her grow out of herself. So that I feel like the Ferris wheel for us was like the culmination of watching them grow to that point. It was really cool.
Not me crying.
Yeah, it's just true.
Yeah,
it was a beautiful thing.
Just can't make my nose any more stuffy.
Yeah, you're a sick kid.
I'm not sick. I just got a stuffy nose.
Yeah. That was fun, and then getting ice cream with the family afterwards.
Yeah, that was really fun. We did a couple.
I did enjoy that. The carnival was a big success. It was a very fun time. We got dinner after. I feel like Samantha's been talking about. We've been trying to go back to this carnival for years.
Yeah, for years we tried to go. So I went. Funny story about the carnival. First time I ever went to the Astoria Carnival.
Yeah.
I went with somebody who doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it was raining. And then it stopped, so it was finally nice. And went online to get a funnel cake.
Yeah.
And somebody
you had to get 3 funnel cakes because of who you were with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and somebody in the carnival slaps my ass. And I turned around ready to swing on somebody, and then it was just a girl with Down syndrome, and she was the cutest thing. And she's just standing there, if you're watching this, she's just like that. smiling with her tongue like through her teeth. And I was like, oh, and then her mom's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I wish I was there so I could be like, Mom, I get it.
Yeah.
Your daughter just like me for real.
Yeah.
I get down for that ass as well. It's just the truth.
You understand? It's the cutest thing.
Yeah,
so that was my first time, and then we tried to go, I think, the next year. Yeah. And it was a nightmare. We went way too late.
We went prime time.
I don't know why I thought it was going to be like this secret thing that only I knew about.
Yeah, the Astoria Carnival, babe. Yeah. Samantha's toxic trait.
So I discovered this carnival in Astoria Park.
Yeah. Samantha's toxic trait is she thinks that Astoria is New York's hidden gem because she's just learning about it.
Exactly.
But it's got its
and I'm right.
Yeah, facts. Of
course. Yeah.
It's its own whole ecosystem that exists here.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. But we went. We had a great time. Yeah, you're a big carnival girl. We gotta do something else like that.
We gotta go something else. Yeah, maybe go to Six Flags with Isabel.
Oh yeah, we should.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I haven't been to Six Flags in gotta be over 10 years now.
Me either. I am just kind of nervous because I think it's gonna make my neck pop out of its place. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just have to ride a ride with a neck brace on.
Yeah, a neck brace, and you're gonna have to keep Ambient in your pocket because you're not going to be.
What am I have to keep in my pocket?
Does Ambient not do that?
Ambient makes you go to sleep.
What's Ambient? Is that like sounds? Ambient sounds?
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Ambiance is what you're trying to say?
Oh no, ambient. I think ambient. I think I'm trying to say the medicine, but I said ambient because when I went to divorce therapy as a child, they started mixing up stuff.
Words for you.
So it made it tough.
Again, it's something else that's your parents' fault.
And it can't be mine.
Yeah, of course.
If I was responsible for those memories, I could tell you, oh my bad, I made a mistake.
Of course,
they took them out of my brain.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Lizard people run this country. I'm just.
You understand?
Who cares, man? We're having a good time. We had a great time at the festival that was on Thursday.
Yes.
Wednesday. Thursday. It was on Wednesday or Thursday, and then on Sunday we went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah, first time
with the good folks at the 9 a.m. Banger. We got these shirts. So shout out to the 9 a.m. Banger for having us on the float. We thought it was a really big favor. Like, we thought they were doing us a big favor for having us on their float for the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And then after, a couple conversations, you realize that, oh no, we did them a favor. We were amongst the only 3 Puerto Rican people on that float. So I think they had a quota they had to hit. Samantha and I, unfortunately, as the only Puerto Ricans on the 9 a.m. Banger float, were the DEI hires of that parade. Unfortunately, we were, but we are very excited that they're still inclusive. Yeah. Their target could never. And it's just what it is. And we went on the float. It's the first time I've ever done the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Me too. I'm glad I've only ever done the festival. Yeah, I'm glad. I've never done it. I did the Giants parade as a spectator. I didn't really like it. There's nothing to do. I don't like a parade as a spectator. Okay. I'm going to go to the Knicks championship parade as a spectator because you have to, but it's much better to be in the parade. I can't even imagine it being close. Yeah. I've been, and one thing about you, we're also going to go to the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and it's just not going to happen. And it's just unfortunately what it is going to be. But I don't want to. And we're not even going to have this conversation because I can't hear you. I just don't want to do it. Yeah. I don't want to go with you. Well, it's going to be fun, and we're going to go. And I'm just not going to listen to you. Yeah. We're going to go when we have kids. We won't go like as just adults, but when we have children, we're going to bring them. I do think it's important for us as parents to like have alone time with our kids. Like, you build your memories with them, and then I build my memories with them, and I think this is really important for you guys. Yeah. If you don't think that I'm also plotting to maybe take my nieces to the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and you have to come with, oh no, shot. Because that's what my aunt used to do for me. She took us to the thing. You don't understand. It's a magical moment. We're creating moments for these kids. I've never watched the things, not one time. That's crazy. Of course you have, because I watch it, and so you've seen it. We were in Puerto Rico this year for you were watching it. I was not watching it. I was streaming the parade, and I felt very sad because I walked out, it was warm. And it was supposed to be freezing. Yeah. Santa Claus is coming. Yeah. And it was the first year there was a Puerto Rican Mrs. Claus. That's true. And excuse you. Yeah, that's true. That was the Puerto Rican Day Parade in a way. But yeah, we were at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. It was a lot of fun. We got there around noon. Yeah. Had a bunch of brews. Yeah, unfortunately, I had a couple margaritas. Yeah, we bit off more than we could chew, and most of the parade is a blur. It is quite a blur. Yeah, I don't really remember much. Me either. I do remember 2 things. One thing I have to say, Roland might not remember, but he did force me to say that I mentioned on the pod. Yeah. I thought he was offering me a margarita. He was not. Yeah. It was his. And then he was like, no, you can have it. And then I was like, I'm going to overthink this. I'm not going to take it. He's like, just take it and cut your shit. Yeah. And I was like, well, I'm going to be overthinking this, and I'm going to mention it on the pod. And I did overthink it. I just want to make sure that you were okay that I drank that margarita. Yeah. And Even if Samantha still drank it.
Yeah. I still drank. Well, I stopped halfway through.
Yeah. One thing about Samantha, she is anxious, but it's not an accident. So if she let her overthinking get in the way to a degree, you still gave her the margarita, and that, make no mistake, was the goal.
Yeah. He still gave it to me.
You're an evil genius.
Stupid.
It's not checkers, it's chess.
You think I did it on purpose?
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to do the thing, and then now they feel bad because you feel anxious.
Yeah. That's smart.
It's what you do to me every time we argue.
Yeah. You understand? Yeah. You're on to me. Yeah. It's just game tricks all day with me.
It's,
if you think, I didn't even go to college. You think I can do this?
And you see how good you are? Imagine how good I would be if I didn't have the memories taken out of my brain.
Stupid.
It's just what it is. We're having a good time.
We
had a blast on the float. We ran into a couple people we know. Shout out to Brooklyn. He was a gentleman that was on the float in front of us.
That is just, I think your name was Brooklyn. You did have a name ring on that said Brooklyn and a name chain on that said Brooklyn, and there was a lot of things on your body that said Brooklyn. I think you might have had a tattoo as well.
Yeah, it's just what it is. For the future lingo on this podcast, instead of saying we got drunk, we're going to say our parents went through a divorce and our memories are a little compromised. Or we went to divorce therapy. Because that's where we were. We don't remember what your name was.
I don't remember anything.
We feel like it was Brooklyn.
I think it might have been.
It could have been Brooklyn. It could have been anything.
If this guy was sitting in this room right now, I wouldn't know a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what he looks like. I don't know anything. In the middle of the parade, I had two girls who were, make zero mistake, on the float with us. Come up to me like, oh my God, are you cousins with Nicole?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, yeah. And then they introduced themselves to me. We're chatting it up. I had to text my cousin as I'm speaking to them. They're right in front of me, and I'm like, "Hey," because they made me take a selfie with them. I was like, "Hey,
who are these broads?
These girls took a selfie with me. They sent it to you. What are their names?"
Yeah.
And then she's like, she gives me their names. Still, I don't know it. And then I'm like, "Yeah, which one is which, babe? I don't know."
Can you tell me which one is which?
Yeah, my cousin's in like Spain, and I texted her, and I'm like, "Hey, I need you to help me."
That's so funny.
Who are these people?
Yeah, it's just, if you ever come up to us and say hi to us, just know we don't know your names, and there's nothing we can ever do to remember them.
Yeah.
Unless you make us write it down.
Yeah. I'm
because
so
I
bad.
just and it's not. It's
and
not
we
personal.
try to write it down, but if we're drunk, I mean, there's no way.
No way. You're lucky we remember that there was an interaction. There's a possibility we've both had. We're sharing a made up.
Yeah, we don't even know.
We don't even know what happened. But
Brooklyn might just have been a figment of our imagination.
Yeah, he might just been somebody we created to make ourselves feel good because we saw that Chicklet and Millennia were at the parade and everybody took videos of them, but nobody really cared that we were there. It's just the truth. You know what I mean? It's just what it was.
Yeah.
And if you were riding in the float in front of the 9 a.m. Banger float and your name might be Brooklyn, thank you for saying what's up.
Yeah.
You made our day.
Yeah, I appreciate you a lot.
Yeah.
But we walked a lot.
We did. We walked from
48th to like 78th Street.
Walked about 30 blocks.
When you told me that we were going to be on the float, I was so excited.
We were on the float for a while.
No, we were on the float, and we were on your friend's float. And then we got there, and I realized I felt so excited they invited us. And then I got there, I was like, oh, they invited everyone they've ever met.
Yeah, it was a lot of riffraff on that float, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Don't we were special. Got there and realized we were.
Yeah, we were not. We got there.
Exclusive people, but it wasn't.
It was just for any old Tom, Dick, and Harry. When we got to the barricade to get our wristbands, I called Jeremy. I looked at him and I saw him not pick up my phone call.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, he probably saw you first.
No, he did not.
Okay.
It's just what it is. It's just what happened. I think they forgot they invited us.
You understand?
And we got there and they had to act happy to see us. And Kenny was like, Roland, you should have texted Jasmine Ruiz. I don't know what these two are doing here. Any content that we collaborate with them doesn't do that well.
Yeah,
it's just what it was. We got invited by accident, but the great time we had was certainly on purpose.
Yeah. I do remember throwing it back at you a couple times.
I remember receiving it.
Yeah. And then I remember immediately as we're walking, I was very in the zone.
Yeah.
I was like, because I drank a bunch and then I smoked. So I'm like very much wasn't taking in anything that was happening around me. And then I came out after throwing it back a couple times. And then I looked and I was like, oh, there's hundreds of people watching us.
Yeah.
And then immediately I was like, I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
And so I just looked at you and I said, did I just embarrass myself? Am I making a fool of myself?
Yeah.
And you were like, no.
What did I say?
You're like, no, we're fine. I was like, does everybody think I'm doing too much? And you were like, no one's thinking that.
Yeah.
And then I was walking closer to
I was like, well, I kind of think you are now. I think this whole little thing is kind of...
Yeah, I was walking closer to people, but you moved me away from them, and I was like, everyone's looking at us. We're like, literally, nobody's looking at us. Samantha, we're here with Da Vinci.
Yeah, facts. We're here with a real comedian.
Yeah.
We're here with somebody who has actual followers.
Do you remember that the guy, what's his name, Powder?
Powder.
Powder.
Yes, shout out to Powder. I'm sorry I don't follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, he gave me his flag, and then I realized why he did. It was because it was broken. So I'm just waving this huge flag, and the flag flew off, and the truck almost ran over it. And do you don't remember? I went in to kill myself.
I don't remember any of that.
And was next to me, and he grabbed me. He was like, "You're trying to get us killed."
Jesus.
And I was like, this motherfucker set me up. And then he goes, oh, then he comes up to me, he goes, oh man, you broke it. I looked at him and was like, motherfucker, you knew it was broken. He's like, yeah, I did.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't remember
wrong
that.
person for it to happen to.
Yeah.
And one thing about me, as soon as the flag flew off.
Sobered.
No. I acted like I don't know who did that. I immediately was like, oh, and I was going to let it get run over by a car. Yeah. I mean, I was going to act like, who did that? I did what?
I don't remember that at all.
I wanted to die.
Oh, if I would have saw that,
I was about to pull a funeral where it's going to be like, I'm just waiting for somebody. Please leave me alone. That was like I was going to do. With people like, whose flag was that? I'm like, I wouldn't know a thing.
That's wild. If I would have seen you do that, I'm like, you're doing the most, and everybody thinks you're doing the most.
You were next to me, and when it flew off, I looked at you, and I was like, I'm not picking that up. And then Da Vinci ran and I picked it up. I looked at you immediately. I was like, I'm going to. If I go in front of that car to pick up that flag, I'm going to let the car run me over.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, it was
not a single.
A giant flag too. It wasn't like a small flag. I was just waving my hand like it was a two-hander flag, and the fucking flag flew up.
It was a flag the size of something you'd want to grab at a carnival on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah. It was huge.
Yeah.
And that happened. And then Da Vinci told me that I was trying to get us killed. And I was like, okay, that was a good little interaction. It was funny.
That's
we laughed.
Funny. I don't remember that at all. Very funny.
Very funny.
I love that.
But it was almost a sign because we were with all Dominicans and that's how they really feel.
Yeah. It's just, was the flag broken or was the flag sabotaged? Were you silent or were you silenced? It's just the truth. Yeah, we were on a float with a bunch of Dominican people, and it was a blast, man.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't have had a better time. I knew I was gonna have a good time because I can feel when I'm gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, or a good night where I'm like, I'm gonna drink today.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm gonna drink. It's gonna be a good time, and it really was. There was like a point where you were before we left. You were in the bar for like at least half an hour, 45
outside.
minutes. So I come inside. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm out here. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, you were having fun. You were making friends. That. I think we danced like the most we've ever danced since Claudie's wedding.
Yeah.
I think that's how that night felt.
We were walking like step by step, like just together. Yeah. Just it was. I do remember a lot of people videoing it. I am embarrassed.
Yeah. If by perchance, if you know anybody who was at the Puerto Rican Day Parade and they have any videos of anybody dancing,
burn it.
Send them directly to me.
I don't want to see it.
We will review them on next week's podcast.
Yeah.
I want to see all of them. We were fucking having a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People were like cheer us on when we were doing it too.
Yeah.
And then what you kept doing, which was just driving me nuts. Because one thing about me is I can't. No, it's funny. I can't throw it back for longer than 15 seconds.
Yeah, you can't.
And not because my knees are bad, but that is true.
That's the first. That's 12 seconds.
That's none of your concern. The real reason is I cannot take myself seriously for that long.
Yeah.
So like I'm doing it, I'm being like, I'm being like sexy, and then immediately I'm like, this is humiliating. I can't believe that I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So I have to come to and then be like, make like a stupid face. I'm crazy, and then like come out of it. And I would stop and be like, okay, enough, and like try to grab you to move, and you just stand still, and like I stopped in the middle, and then then I would keep walking, and you would stand there, and then people would cheer, and they would want me to come back and throw it back, and I had to do it a couple times, but then I literally after the last time I grabbed you, I was like, stop doing that.
I am dead because I have zero recollection of that.
Really?
Don't remember it at all. What a good move. That's how you know this kid is a fucking star. I'm playing to this audience I don't even know is there.
Yeah.
Everything I do is fucking...
You did it at least 9 times.
Everything I do is fucking film worthy. Everything I do is the coolest thing that a lot of people have ever seen.
Yeah.
I do things blackout drunk that I can't remember, I'm not thinking about, and will never do again, that people on the sidelines of that parade be like, what a good idea.
Yeah. It was, and you had the cape on and everything, so people like loved it.
Yeah.
And people would cheer for me to come back, go back. I'm like, okay.
Those videos are on TikTok for sure. I need to see them.
And that's why I've watched every Puerto Rican Day Parade content that has come up. No, because I'm watching it and I'm full like, please don't let it be me.
Why not?
And so far, but it
won't just be you. It'll be us.
Yeah. Embarrassed.
You're an idiot. You're
I just
foolish.
don't even. Yeah, I just. I get nervous.
I mean, I don't let loose but for once every 4 years. Us dancing all day, all night long is like leap year.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen very scarcely.
Yeah, and make no mistake, by dancing all night long, we were home by 6 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we actually left. I don't know how we got
7 or 7:30.
I don't know how we got separated from.
Well, the parade was over, so the floats go straight and the people go to the right.
Oh, that's where it ended.
Yeah, and that's where it ends. And then you meet up with your float, and I guess you with the people that are on it. But
facts. We did not.
We did not do that.
Yeah.
Well, we waited with like Roland and them, and
for a little bit, and then we're like, and you. Thank God for you, because I was just gonna keep going. You were like, let's leave, and I was like,
well, I kept. You kept saying like, when you want to leave, let me know. And then I was like, hey, I'm never gonna let you know, but like, where are we going after this? I have to work tomorrow.
True.
And then you were like, yeah, I actually don't want to.
Yeah.
And then we got into an Uber, and I put the 9 a.m. banger towel over my face and just slept the entire time.
I'm sure both of us did.
I heard your phone on the whole time.
Oh, maybe I was watching something. I don't know. I wasn't there mentally. My parents sent me to divorce therapy.
Yeah.
It's just what it was. But it was a great time. Came home. Had some great pasta. Pasta's so good that we ordered the same thing again tonight.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, it was just
supposed to not be ordering as much and just have ordered more than ever.
Yeah, well, not more than ever. Twice as much as we've ever done it. But we are feeling good. We did have a good parade day, and here we are on Monday. We filmed content this weekend.
We did.
We've both filmed things together and separate. We're trying our best. We're on a good pace.
Yes.
We're feeling good. We're doing cool stuff, and we're happy to be here with you guys. I don't know how much time we've been on. It's already been so fun.
I've had a blast.
And what do we do when we got home from the parade?
We slept,
and then we woke up, got some food, and what do we have to watch?
And we had to watch a little Love Island.
We just had to watch a little bit of Love Island. It's just what it is. We've been putting it off for long enough.
Yeah.
We're all in.
Yeah. I don't know what Love Island fans are called, but that's what we are now.
We're a couple Islanders. We're a couple bombshells. We just entered the villa.
Yeah, we just entered the villa. And we're not going to do, like, if you're not watching it, don't worry. We're not going to do a huge recap. I just will say that I know that God has his favorites because Olandria exists.
Oh, yeah.
This woman has the best body I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
know it's all natural. Mm-hmm. And I just watched that, and I watch it in, stained clothes. I had no makeup. I look like shit. And I just thinking the whole time, like, don't look at me.
Jesus Christ.
As we're watching it, I'm like, just don't even make eye contact with me, because I'm never going to look more ugly than when Olandria's on the fucking screen.
Yeah. That's, first of all, I don't agree with you, but I will say the women on Love Island this year they're gorgeous.
Yeah, they are.
Gorgeous women. Some of them are fucking insufferable.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And we're having fun. We're watching it. We're slumming it with the low IQ people, a part of this fan base.
Yeah. And if you want to talk about low IQ, we just want to say, if you have low IQ, go on Love Island.
Yeah.
And people will stand.
And people will die for you.
Yeah.
Beldasha.
There's a girl on the show, and she just talks like a TikTok comment section.
No.
What? Always her hands.
Yeah.
I didn't hear a full sentence come out of this woman's mouth in the 7 episodes she was in.
You don't have a degree. You don't have the highest degree.
Yeah. The guy asked her what degree would she get, and she said the highest.
Yeah, and you can't relate to that.
I could never.
You could never get the highest.
No, I could never get. I could never get the highest. And
you could also get you could never get no coochie out this queen, and it's just the truth.
And that's just something that she said.
But Leia was a moron. You knew it from the second she. The moment she did this, the kiss on the cheek, get her out of here. Yeah. But if you're not watching Love Island, you should. It is a lot of fun. It's a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing to watch with your partner. If you're a guy, it's a fun thing to watch with your girlfriend. If you're a girl, it's a fun thing to watch with your boyfriend, or if any combination of two people together, or more. If it's, watch it with your people or person, because it's a fucking fun ass watch. And I will say to all the single dudes out there, you gotta watch more reality TV.
It's great.
That's one if I could give my younger self any like tips to like be able to talk to women and help you like convince them to sleep with you without committing to them, it would be to watch more reality TV.
Yeah. And I don't love that reasoning. And I don't want, actually, I'm glad you didn't watch reality TV. I didn't want to know anybody cooked here.
I'm glad I didn't watch it either, because it now I can appreciate it as, but I'm like, if you're a young man and you're trying to sleep with a bunch of women, you should watch reality TV.
Yeah. It is true.
You're because you're just taking notice of a very special interest that they all have. Yeah. Every single one.
Yeah. it gives a straight man watching reality TV with no woman is giving a straight woman at a gay bar.
Yeah.
We don't want you here.
No.
Yeah, we don't want you here. This is our safe space.
No, it's not. You have podcasts that you watch with straight guys. The Bravo Bros, you're a big fan.
I'm not a big fan. I've never watched a single one of their videos.
You told me about their content.
Yeah, because I wanted you to do that.
You love it. You would die for it. Women love men in their space. They love it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. You guys rolled the red carpet out for Wes from Broad. You guys love it. You platform these people.
Yeah.
Reality TV, even without an ulterior motive, it's just a fun thing to watch.
It's a really fun thing to watch. I like the bonding experience that we have.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah. It's
also, one thing about reality TV that I feel like women have perfected, it's the perfect thing to have on and also be on your phone without missing anything important.
Yeah.
Like you can listen to reality TV in the background and still take it in and like lock in for certain parts, but still be on your phone scrolling, and women have perfected that. And with sports, that's a little harder because you look up, you miss the whole fucking game. Or if like shows that demand your attention, you miss a huge. I can't do that and watch anime because I'm listening to them speak Japanese, and if I don't look at the subtitles, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So you gotta reality TV is something fun where you could unwind, be on your phone, and also do something together still. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, for you. I'm locked in.
You're not always locked in.
No,
your version of locked in, you'll have it on and you'll be watching TikToks of somebody else watching the same show that you're watching.
Yeah, sometimes, but only with like Love Island. But like Bravo shows, I'm locked in. Like if I'm watching like Summer House, I'm not looking at my phone.
Okay, all right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Love Island, I'd have to watch all of this. This is a lot of footage.
Yeah, and some of it, it's not all pertinent.
Exactly. I feel like Bravo shows, it's edited a little.
Yeah.
They have to edit it so quickly.
Yeah, they're spanning a longer time, but like the things that they're showing you are more important to the story.
Yeah, because it's only, they film over the summer and they only let out 8 episodes. This is fucking a million episodes.
Yeah, 100%. Very true.
So I listen to that, or if it's like if it's a housewife show that I'm like falling out of love with, I'll be on my phone.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be on my phone.
That makes sense. All that to say, Love Island's great. You should watch it. Big thing that's going on is there is a woman on the show who's turning out to be the most popular woman on the show.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately for everybody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for society.
Yeah.
Huda is her name. And
Huda, coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Everybody on Love Island is Latin, and they will be like, it's not Olandria, it's Olandria. Olandria, Belea, and Huda are just there. And Huda's the most popular person, and the special thing, not the special thing about her, but what sets her apart from everybody else in the show is that she has a child. She's the mother to a 4-year-old daughter, and she did not want to be upfront about that information with her romantic interest until it was a couple days in. And that's been a point of contention and argument on the internet and in the villa. So my question to you is, how quickly do you have to divulge the fact that you have a child to somebody that you are dating?
Immediately.
I
don't know why you
think you have to, or do you think that that's just, it's better to do that?
You have to.
Yeah.
Because it's better for you.
Yeah.
So you don't waste your time.
100%.
And I don't waste my time.
Yeah.
Because if you go on a date with me, you have a kid.
Yeah.
And now we go on a date and you fall in love with me, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you tell me you have a kid if you dates in and I'm like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
That sucks for you. Now you have to live your life without me. How awful would that be?
Yeah, that's tough. That is, in that way, you are protecting them.
Yeah.
From something about you, because you're amazing. They're going to love you.
Yeah.
But now they have more responsibility than they maybe wanted.
Yeah.
So you think you have to divulge that information right away?
Immediately. It's just better for both parties.
I don't see why you wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
Especially on a show like this where it's like, everybody who's in the villa is generally going to go on to do better things.
Yeah.
So you can kind of shape your life to how you want it to look after. And I feel like you kind of got to lead with that info.
Immediately.
Because it's not like it's a hobby. It's kind of like the most important thing about you, unfortunately.
And then the people that I'm seeing arguing the other side of that are people who are like, you have to be protective of your kids. You can't introduce them. Like, no, it's introduce, babe.
Yeah.
It's being honest with your partner. That they exist.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, I have this kid, but like, I'm not comfortable with you meeting them until whatever.
Yeah.
But, and one thing about Huda is that everyone's going to meet her kid.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's in love with everyone she meets. She's worried Jeremiah's love bombing her. Baby, you're love bombing him.
Yeah, it's a fact.
It's just a fact. She should have told him immediately. And here's the thing, is that like, I'm always like, well, maybe I don't know. I'm right.
Yeah.
And it's just we're right.
Yeah. No, you're right, and I understand that feeling because that's how I feel always as a man. I hear you. You got to listen to all women. All women are right. I'm correct here.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. My brain is bigger scientifically. It's just the truth. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm having a fun time. But I think you'd want to divulge the fact that you had a kid right away because genuinely you want somebody who fits into your life
perfectly.
Because I mean, I don't know what being a parent is like. You know, I'm sure but like I think that most times your child becomes the biggest thing in your life.
100%.
And it's like you kind of have to find somebody who meshes with that.
Yes.
With at least that fact. If not your actual family, like at the very least, they have to be on board with this being your life.
Yeah.
Because it's a lifestyle
It's a lifestyle thing. But if you think that Huda had any of those thoughts.
Of course she did.
She's going on a reality show where she's not talking to her kid for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
There's literally no contact. So, you know, this girl would think about her. She's going to take a guy home and she's going to just leave her kid with her baby daddy for the rest of its life. It's just unfortunately, that's just what it is.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't understand the defending of not being honest. I don't understand because especially on a dating show like this where honesty, I feel like playing the game and honesty are the two most important things to not only the people on the island, but the people watching. Yeah. They have to feel like somebody's being authentic. And I don't understand why that logic would not apply to Huda or anybody who has a child.
It's so
because
bizarre.
if I know obviously stigmas between men and women are different, and to be a mother is different than to be a father. But imagine if it was a dude doing that, hiding the fact that he had a child to a woman that he was trying to romantically woo, people would want his head on a stick.
I think that's happened on reality shows and people were pissed.
Yeah, and it's like, but we're lifting this person up for being intentionally deceitful. I don't understand the logic behind the opposing argument to
me either. I think the people that like Huda are the same people that like Teresa Giudice. I'll never understand you.
Yeah, like maybe we recognize that Huda, even though we don't like her, is fun to watch. The TV is fun.
Well, it is fun to watch. She's just an absolute nightmare, and the fact that she's a real person and this is really how she's moving is just an insane thing.
She's a real person.
But keep her on my TV.
Oh yeah, she's a real person. This is really how she's moving, and this is really who y'all are gonna make famous.
Yeah, honestly.
But it's good TV, so I can recognize that. I like watching it. I can't wait to see the crash out when Jeremiah, bounces on her at Casa Amor for another woman. But like, that doesn't mean she's right. Yeah. That doesn't mean I have to stand by her decisions, like to recognize that she's good. And I think people are not taking one step further. Yeah. Like you can recognize it's good TV and that this is a bad decision.
No, people can't do that.
Yeah. But that's like, it's like Tom Sandoval. Like now I love Tom Sandoval. Yeah. I don't like what he did. He's a terrible person. Yeah. But I mean, if he's on the show, I'm going to watch it because it's going to be good TV.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's kind of how I feel about Austin. And dare I say it?
God forbid a white dude from the South with a couple of opinions catches a vibe in the villa. Everybody loves Shelly. Nobody loves Austin. Shelly likes Austin a little bit. Yeah. You girls are going to have to get on board. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry you work with Trump supporters. It's just what it is. This is not the only time they're in your life. Yeah. I don't agree with his political views.
Of course not.
Kid's a charming kid. He's so dumb and lovable. No, I'm sorry. Also, let's have a conversation about what Amaya probably believes. What are we talking about? Yeah. Also, why does it matter, man?
Truly.
I'm sorry. This is more political than we like to get.
No. Yeah. And I'd love to get a word in if I could.
Yeah.
The thing is,
as a man, I just don't. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So Austin, just a Trump supporter, apparently he follows all the Trumps and stuff like that. But then you meet him, and there's nothing happening between his ears. I mean, the guy is the dumbest person. You're like, of course he voted for Trump.
Of course.
And it's just like, this guy doesn't know anything else. Yeah. He just doesn't. I think he's in that villa and he thinks all of us voted for Trump.
100%.
He doesn't. He's just as dumb as rocks. And unfortunately, he's very, very charismatic.
Yes. He's a funny kid.
He's so like, and it's like, you're almost like, oh.
I know. You know what it is? And I'm just going to say it. It's not like I want to surround myself with people of opposing political views. Yeah. But unfortunately, you watch Love on the Spectrum, you see how those parents are with those kids, and you go, I don't care what you believe in. If you're fun to watch and you make me feel good through the screen, you're just allowed to be there.
Yeah, you're a good parent. Yeah. And that's what I'm here to watch. Yeah. I'm not watching you go to the polls and press Trump. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
But I do want to see you be a good mom to your kids on Love on the Spectrum. Yeah. I truly don't care.
I don't care.
If you think your kid has autism because he got the measles vaccination. I don't need to know that.
It's not my business. As long as you're there making me chuckle and making sure that Shelly stays in the villa until a real man comes through. Exactly. You're just doing what you're supposed to do and you're a good person.
Exactly.
Honestly, I'm going to take it one step further. Bring Yulissa back. No. That's a joke. I'm just kidding. Who amongst us is Cuban that hasn't said the N-word before? I'm just kidding. My parents got divorced, sent me to therapy. I don't remember those times.
Yeah. Just a long time ago. Actually, I've just only been told. I've never heard anything. Yeah. I just know I said the N-word because I have a couple of recordings of me saying it. Not me. I'm not talking about me.
No, that could never be me. But it's just what it is. I'm a different person than I used to be.
Yeah.
And it's just fun TV.
It's just fun TV. Speaking of rappers.
Yeah.
Ace. There's a guy on there, and he's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
But his content is great.
Oh, his content's amazing.
He teaches people how to dance in Pakistan.
Over Zoom, yeah, and anywhere in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Anybody that this is obviously a joke. Anybody that you'd be talking to for customer service, he's teaching them how to dance. Christ. And I'm just kidding, but that is true.
It's like you think they're on the phone with a family member? They're just talking to Ace on Zoom.
They're just trying to dance to Kendrick Lamar in the background, and it's just what it is. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a fun show to watch. It is. Do you get any dating flashbacks or is any of your dating PTSD triggered when you watch shows like this?
Kind of, you know, I guess when I'm watching it, I'm like, dating around is very much what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. But you never have to be in a house with people that are also dating the same person as you. And so here's the thing is that Huda is insane on the show. And baby, I get it.
Yeah.
I would also be the same, but that's why I don't sign up for these shows because I know I'm unwell.
Yeah, but that's also
I'm aware that I'm unwell.
Yeah, but maybe that's also why we're not stars. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I'm not. People don't need to see that part of me.
Yeah.
Also, there couldn't be anything worse than you seeing me flirt.
Yeah, I think outside of Just Shelly, watching these people flirt makes me want to jump out of a window.
Yeah.
Watching, even though he didn't pick her, watching Nick and Belea talk,
oh my God.
I'm like, this is embarrassing. Watching these people on Love Island flirt is more intimate than watching them make out deeply.
Yeah, truly.
It's more intimate than watching them contract mono.
You know what is my favorite? Is that you watch people just grasp for straws about something that they have in common with somebody.
I know.
And it's any dating show you watch, they'll sit there and they'll be like, I love to put my toes in the sand. I love to put my toes in the sand.
Yeah.
Or I just ordered a ginger ale. That's crazy. I love ginger ale.
Yeah.
It's just
It's like I woke up this morning and the sun rose in the east. Does it? And it sets in the west. Oh my God. It's like we're watching the same sun.
That's literally how they are.
Oh my God. We're in our own different world, but we're on the same planet.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they'll sit there and they'll go wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow, that's crazy, man. I've never met anybody who the sun rises in the east with too.
Oh, no, wait. You like to dance? I like to dance.
I love to dance. They just use the most basic things to just be like, oh my God, this is such a connection. And it makes me want to die because we all do it.
That's like you and I acting like we have a really solid relationship because we both like to watch Love Island. That's not a unique experience. Everybody
does it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just embarrassing. But when you're flirting with somebody, it's always embarrassing.
I know.
We're always saying things that if my friends were around, I would never say.
Yeah.
If there was a microphone attached to me, I would never be like, this fucking guy.
If you read the transcripts back on me flirting like a court stenographer,
I'd be like,
you'd put me in jail. I'd be held in contempt.
No, I would be there just like fucking OJ Simpson. Like, that wasn't me. I don't know who the fuck that was. The glove don't fit, baby. I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just no way I'm ever gonna be honest about the way that I was to be down bad on TV.
Yeah. I mean, in front of people, but I think what it is that's our pride. Like, we don't want anybody to see us down bad like that. But I think not caring is a superpower.
Yeah, totally. But I not for me.
Yeah, but I'm super weak.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also just the fact that I flirted with you and you have memories of that. You're lucky I don't cut you off. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't believe you saw me like that. I would honestly yuck that you're with me.
Yeah.
I was so pathetic.
Do I give you the ick because I was into you when you were being really cringe?
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, we're a perfect match because unfortunately and fortunately, my parents got divorced, sent me to therapy, and I don't remember much.
Yeah, exactly. So got no memories of that.
That's why this whole thing works.
Yeah. You're just
sometimes
you just woke up here and you're like, wow, we have no roaches.
Yeah, truly. Sometimes Samantha and I struggle to remember the name of the place we went on our first date. It's just the truth. God bless you.
God bless you, Monroe. Yeah. Not even kidding. Looked it up last week because I couldn't remember the name of it. The Wayfair. I literally last week I was like, what the fuck is the name of the bar? I just thought about it.
Shout out to Victor Milena.
Yeah. Couldn't think of the name. We'll do this every 6 months. What's the name of the place?
Well, where I met. What's her name?
Yeah. That guy. He's a little. It doesn't matter. Yeah. That's how we are about that bar. I just don't remember where it is.
Yeah.
What the name of it is. I think I know where it is.
It's on Avenue C.
I think it's 11th. Could be.
Could be.
It could be 12th, 11th, or 10th.
And it doesn't matter.
It truly doesn't matter. We'll never be back there.
Yeah, we'll never be back there, both to that place and dating again.
Yeah,
so it's just the truth. And my favorite thing about watching Love Island is watching like people slow burn. Like there's a couple that's not that people say have chemistry, but they're not physical with each other yet. And they're like, oh, we got to wait for that, connection, that physical spark. And then some people are like, no, but it's good to have the foundation. And my toxic trait is that even though we fucked on the first date, I think we still build through our emotional connection.
Yeah. And that's just when I realized that you were a real girl's girl, because I was trying to throw things at you. I was just throwing puss at you consistently. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this guy, I need to get into his mind. Yeah. I was like, oh, this guy. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank God I've worked on a personality. Thank God I was ugly at a point.
Oh, so you came in there not even wanting to flash personality. You came in there to flash puss. You did. It was waxed.
Yeah, I absolutely. Yeah. Listen, you're a dude at the end of the day. I knew I was going to get you.
At the end of the day, no matter what came out of my mouth, you knew what you were going to put in it.
No. I did send David a text right before our first date, and I said, I don't want to have sex on a first date, but if I do want to have sex on a first date, should I get a wax? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. So I was just like, let me just make sure that if I do decide, like I don't want to, but if I do decide to,
shouldn't I be ready? On it, but if it happens,
yeah. Shouldn't I be ready? And he was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then I was like, perfect. And I went and got waxed. But yeah.
When did you know on our first date that you were gonna? I
don't remember exactly what it was, but I remember just like laughing, and then I didn't say like put your hand on his leg, but I like allowed myself to do that, and I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah. You know when I knew?
You knew when you booked the date.
That I was gonna hit. No.
Oh no, but you wanted to.
No, of course I wanted to, but I knew I was gonna have sex with you when you came out with no pants on.
I didn't come out with
when
no
you came out the bathroom with no pants on.
You came out the bathroom. I was laying with no pants on.
Somebody had no pants on, and it was a party.
Yeah, and then you just.
And that's when I knew. I was like, oh, fucking score.
You stood in the thing and you went, yes.
Yes, I was
just like the kid going on the
thing. And that's just, your body is my party.
Yeah.
Your body is a wonderland. It is my carnival.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I want to do to your body what you want to do.
Yeah, you want to play some bumper cars with me.
Yeah, I want to bump some cars. I want to get in your zipper. I want to eat that funnel cake.
Yeah, I get it. I get
just
it.
what it is.
Yeah.
I got a couple tickets I got to spend.
Maybe, I got unlimited tickets here.
Yeah, maybe roll with me, baby. I'll teach you something.
Stupid.
Yeah, but that's about it for that. We're gonna keep watching Love Island and try to come back with more takes, and we're gonna try to pull things from the show and bring it to you guys. So even if you don't watch it, we can still have fun conversations about it. But I feel like that's about it. Is there anything else you want to talk about, baby?
No, I think we're at an hour.
Yeah, we're about at an hour, and we want to thank you guys so much for tuning into another amazing Soft Launch episode. We do have a date for our upcoming In Rhythm comedy show. It will be on the 29th.
The 29th
of June.
Yeah,
not April.
We're in June. Feels like April because it's raining.
Yeah, it feels like April.
It's not my fault that I messed that up.
It feels like we're in April because you are Boba the Fool. You're sitting there like a boba. I love that story. My new favorite thing.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is. We have a show coming up on the 29th of June, 8 p.m. at New York Comedy Club, East 4th Street. The link is in our bio. We have a great lineup for you. We'll release it soon, but come check us do stand up at that show, and we will have our date for our Soft Launch show within the next couple weeks.
Yes.
All right, just doing a couple little retuning that whole setup that we do. We just want to bring you the best product. So be on the lookout for those dates, but come see us at the end of the month. June 29th, New York Comedy Club. Anything you want to say, baby?
No, just had a great episode with you.
I always have a great episode with you.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a good place. We're moving and grooving along. Monroe's licking her feet, and that's what I want to do to yours later. Yeah. It's just what it is. We're going to have to...
After Love Island.
Yeah, that's make no mistake. Samantha wants to wrap this up because Love Island came out early and we got to watch it. But you guys are amazing. I've been JC Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
We'll catch y'all next week.
Bye.
Peace.